Welcome to Science Exposed, where we unpack the coolest discoveries. Thanks to Dr. Cameron Jones, the brilliant mind behind all this.
That's right.
And today,
Yeah.
today we're diving into something straight out of a spy movie.
Okay.
It's all about how our brains have like this internal security system protecting themselves
Oh,
from,
wow.
well,
We're
from
pro-
ourselves, or rather our immune systems.
Yeah. No, it's a fascinating concept, and we're not just talking about everyday brain health here.
Okay.
This research, it could be the key to understanding and treating some really complex neurological conditions,
Oh, wow.
like multiple sclerosis and even Alzheimer's.
Okay, so it's a high stakes intro. I'm already hooked. We're
Ah.
digging into this new study from Nature.
Right.
Um, and tell me, what's the connection between our brains and our immune systems? I mean, it seems like totally different worlds, right?
Yeah, you'd be surprised how intertwined they are, your brain and immune system are in constant communication. It's all about balance.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like the blood-brain barrier. It's like a highly selective border patrol,
Okay,
allowing essential nutrients and molecules in,
right.
but keeping potential threats out.
So our brains are basically like fortresses with this super strict entry policy.
That's a good way to visualize it, yeah. And guarding that fortress are these incredible molecules called guardian peptides.
Guardian peptides. Okay, now you have my full attention.
Yeah.
What are those exactly?
So they're fragments of proteins produced by your brain and spinal cord, and their job is to keep your immune system from getting a little overzealous, and attacking healthy brain tissue.
Uh-huh.
They act like tiny little ID badges, constantly signaling friend to the immune cells patrolling the borders.
So it's like the brain is constantly reassuring the immune system, hey, we're all good here, nothing to see.
Exactly. This constant communication maintains what we call the brain's immune privilege,
Okay.
a sort of protected status that keeps everything running smoothly.
But what happens when this communication breaks down? Is that where things start to go wrong?
Yeah. That's the million-dollar question, and it's where this new research really shines. They focused on a key component of these guardian peptides, myelin. You might recognize that name.
Wait, isn't myelin the protective coating around our nerve, like the insulation on electrical wires?
You got it. And in diseases like multiple sclerosis, MS, the immune system goes haywire and attacks this myelin, causing all sorts of neurological problems.
Okay, now I see the connection.
Yeah.
Are you saying there's a link between guardian peptides and MS?
That's what the study suggests. In mice with MS, they found a significant depletion of these guardian peptides. Fewer guards at the gate, more opportunity for the immune system to slip in and cause damage.
So what did the researchers do? Did they just watch as the mice got worse?
Not at all. They took a bold step and tried to replenish the missing guardian peptides. They injected them directly into the cerebrospinal fluid. That's the fluid that bathes the brain and spinal cord, providing a direct route to the affected areas.
Whoa, injecting directly into the brain. That sounds intense. Did it work?
The results were pretty impressive. The mice who received the treatment showed improvements in their motor function and a slower progression of the disease.
So by boosting the brain's security force, they were able to fight back against MS. That could be a revolutionary approach to treatment.
It certainly has the potential, and the implications go far beyond just MS. This discovery opens up a whole new way of thinking about neurological diseases and how we might treat them.
This is mind-blowing stuff, and we're just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
So far, we've learned that our brains have this incredible self-defense system. Guardian peptides are the key players, and boosting them could lead to new treatments for devastating diseases like MS. Stay with us as we dig deeper into this groundbreaking research. But before we do, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Science Exposed for more fascinating deep dives into the world of science, curated by Dr. Cameron Jones. Check out our show notes for more ways to connect and learn more. We'll be right back.
Sounds good. What's really exciting is this research hints at the possibility of personalized medicine for brain health. Imagine if we could diagnose neurological diseases early on.
Wow. Even before symptoms appear, using a simple blood test.
That sounds like science fiction. How could a blood test reveal what's happening in the brain?
Well, researchers believe that each disease might have its own unique protein signature, a specific combination of guardian peptides and other molecules that's presented to the immune system.
Okay.
Detecting these signatures in the blood could give us an early warning system
Right.
for a whole range of neurological conditions.
That would be a game changer for so many people. But it also makes me wonder what triggers the production of these guardian peptides in the first place. Is it a constant process, or does something have to set it off?
That's a great question. And honestly, we're still piecing together the whole puzzle. It's probably a combination of factors, genetics,
Yeah.
environmental influences, maybe even our thoughts and behaviors.
Oh, interesting.
We know that stress, diet, and exercise can all impact our immune systems.
Right.
So it wouldn't be surprising if they also play a role in how our brains protect themselves.
Uh,
So taking care of our overall health could actually be protecting our brains at the same time.
Absolutely. This research emphasizes the interconnectedness of our bodies and minds. It's not just about preventing physical injuries.
Right.
It's about nurturing a healthy dialogue between our brain and immune system.
Mhm.
Everything we do, from what we eat to how we manage stress, could be influencing this delicate balance.
It's like we've been looking at the brain in isolation for too long. Now we're starting to appreciate it as part of a larger, incredibly complex system.
And that's where the real breakthroughs will come. By understanding these complex interactions, we can develop more targeted and effective treatments for a wide range of neurological conditions. This research is just the tip of the iceberg.
It's amazing to think that these tiny guardian peptides could hold the key to unlocking so many mysteries of the brain. What other questions are researchers asking now?
One of the big ones is, if our brains are constantly sending out these healthy signals,
Right.
what happens when that communication gets disrupted? What throws things off balance? Is it a change in the types of peptides produced, or a problem with how the immune system interprets the signals? And perhaps even more intriguingly, what other secrets might our brains be hiding about their self-defense mechanisms?
It's like we've discovered a hidden language that the brain uses to communicate with the immune system, and we're just beginning to decipher the first few words. I can't wait to see what other breakthroughs come out of this research. This is truly revolutionary stuff.
It really is. It's a paradigm shift in how we think about neurological health. Instead of just treating symptoms, we could be targeting the root cause of the problem, a breakdown in communication between the brain and the immune system. And that could have profound implications for how we prevent, diagnose, and treat a whole host of neurological conditions.
It feels like we're on the cusp of like a whole new era of brain science.
Yeah.
But with all this talk of guardian peptides and immune responses, it's easy to get lost in the details.
Yeah.
If there's one thing you want our listeners to take away from this deep dive, what would it be?
I think the most important message is that our brains are not passive bystanders in our overall health.
Okay.
They are actively engaged in protecting themselves, constantly communicating with the immune system to maintain balance.
Right.
And this discovery of guardian peptides, it gives us a powerful new lens to understand and potentially influence that communication.
It's almost like our brains have been whispering these secrets all along, and
Yeah.
we're finally starting to hear them. It makes you realize how much power we have to shape our own brain health.
Exactly. It's not just about waiting for something to go wrong. It's about understanding this incredible system and supporting its natural defenses.
Right.
By making healthy choices and nurturing our overall well-being, we can help our brains stay strong and resilient.
So to sum it up, our brains are amazing. They have their own secret security force, and we can empower them to do their job.
Yeah.
What a fantastic reminder.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of brain science. We hope you found it as fascinating as we did. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Science Exposed for more deep dives into the wonders of science, curated by the brilliant Dr. Cameron Jones. And be sure to check out our show notes for more ways to connect with us and explore the topics we discussed today. Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.